Shane and Garrett, Superman, TD Jesus, and Irish Elvis. How are you two gents doing this evening? Not too bad. How's St. Patty's going? Sobriety check right now because I'm the guy that gave up booze for Lent very wisely. Oh my god. The only thing I got is green water. That's my sad state right now. But okay, folks, so what we are here doing, if you have read or listened to HLS for any amount of time, you know that we love our Twitter hijinks. There were, God, I'm forgetting how many years ago was the last time we did this. We bracketized tweets because why not? Let's just bracketize tweets. Let's go ahead and have people vote on it. And what we're going to do is that again, but we had the glory that was BK Homeboy. So this time around, BK Homeboy is going to be at the center of all this. So instead of tweets, you will see images here. We will do the very best to describe this very visual tournament to everybody listening on the podcast. If you want to bail now and go check this out on twitch.tv/sons, I'm also going to make sure we export it to the YouTube channel this time so you can find us on YouTube as well. Feel free. Thank you for your download. But if you need the visual medium, that's where you go. But otherwise, you're going to have us three chuckleheads trying to describe this craziness. But Garrett, this was like your brainchild. Like, can you explain what you, what were you doing in here? What was your method to your madness? Just for this tournament more than anything else. I've seen one bracket that was literally the bracket of things tournament. Into the ND magazine as well. Here's what really matters. All right. Well, that's great. And yes, so voting will go live sometime tonight ish. Maybe I'll throw something in the chat if I can remember. But it'll go live tonight ish. And yes, we will try to stay on cue with the tourney. So you got a couple days to vote. We're going to try to keep up with the tourney as best we can. And with that being said, I know. So apparently I'm tweaking the audio here in the background as we go because apparently we got some complaints about audio issues, and apparently there's more me than anything. All I can say is the podcast is going to sound great. All right, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and start up. If you look right above our heads, it will be you'll see the entries there. We're going to start whenever Chrome doesn't freeze on me. Good grief, we are off to a fantastic start here. There we go. All right. To the neck pillow region. There we go. You need to go to Twitch, son. Yeah, so there's no pictures yet. We're gonna go ahead and get running. So we are gonna start off, and I'm assuming this is the number one overall seed in the entire tournament, and that is Mr. Fink himself, Slippery Fox 10, who dropped in a BK Homeboy Photoshop with his boys on the sideline after one of Notre Dame's 12 wonderful victories. And a number 16 seed, Brandon Couch underscore. That's going to be annoying to say all the underscores and everything throughout this podcast. But if you remember the ending scene at A New Hope, well, BK Homeboy is right there. Upstaging R2-D2. It's kind of a dick move. But that's the first matchup there. I got to say, Fink's going to be a strong competitor here. Absolutely strong competitor. It's going to be hard to beat. Yeah, he planned that out very, very well in there. Let's just go ahead and keep rolling here because we got a lot of stuff to get through. Number two seed, Tim Zielinski won with the beautiful mural over South Dining Hall. Is not just BK Homeboy, but the entire team. It is the entire photo with the Last Supper there. Absolutely well played. And number 15 is the first of. Oh, you'll see Shane more often in here. But he did a full Inception, BK on BK. This one. he, he looks like he's 14. Oh man. Oh, very nice. Nice. That would have been perfect.
Actually up in the dining hall, sort of in a place of honor somewhere on campus.
All right. I finally fixed the audio. Apparently, I haven't. I haven't streamed in so long that the audio was coming in through the wrong input somehow. I don't know what it was coming in through, but it's fixed now. Okay, I can stop screwing around with stuff and blowing out the rest of the podcast feed. All right, moving on. We're going to make some political statements now. Number 3 seed Joe Pa kneeling down as BK homeboy with Kaepernick. And then number 14 seed Andrew Wynn, our old boy Jude. There's several things I like about this one because this is from the classic Punch Out game. BK Homeboy is the ref, and he is on the 2 count right now. Very, very well played. So we got a lot going on here. I really wonder if we're going to have some people angry about the high seating of kneeling during the national anthem, and I don't care.
I mean, if they still have that much energy to be mad about it at this point, I mean, it can't be helped. No, I think this is going to be a tight one. I mean, I know it's a 314, but I remember this was Andrew's request. I helped put this one together for him. I was very, very proud of his idea. So I think he absolutely crushed it there.
Wait, hold on. So you're in here via other people's submissions?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Now, if we've learned nothing else from,
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, if we've learned nothing else from recent events involving Southern California Admissions Office, it's that you can get other people to do your work for you. Now, there was the other side of this is that Shane was clearly machine-like in his Photoshop skills, and I needed to find a way to sort of handicap his. Otherwise, he would he literally had over like his very own bracket.
Beat the Shane tournament. Do I even notice it here? Do we got a shadow? Do we have a shadow on BK?
Oh, he's got a shadow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is very well done. So again, I have to respect the player and respect the game. But there were a certain number of suggestions, and we'll see these. And Shane, you can feel free to take credit now because again, this is not like
not mine. I'm not taking credit for
California Admissions Department.
Andrew had the idea. I just put it into existence.
Right. It's exactly like wealthy people paying to get admitted into Southern California. Like it is,
except without the actual money coming our way. We are doing this so wrong.
Yes.
Jude had the idea. I'm just here as the envoy. I'm now cooperating with the feds and explaining everything.
All right. Well, speaking of, we got a handicap Shane here. He's in here again, but he's going against a much higher seeded Jude in here. So we got Jude, or maybe / Shane. Maybe Shane's competing against himself here. I don't even know. But we have BK kneeling in Tenement Square, and what we have as well. And this is just beautiful. Shaded black and white BK. What is this, like the Lenin Revolution, the birth of Soviet Russia right now? What exactly am I looking at here, Shane?
I think that's the fall of Berlin or some shit like that. It's just it's somebody made a specific reference. I googled the picture and then I just put it in there. It was something about Berlin, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you have to we're gonna get some trouble with the 314 seed, or some may get upset with Brian Kelly, taking a stand on the football field with Colin Kaepernick. On the other hand, on the other end of the political spectrum, You see him clearly here in both of these instances throughout time, standing up again at once against communist China on the left and against Nazi Germany on the right. So again, his he appeals to all bands of the political spectrum.
Oh God.
So again, we'll see some more here. So I think trying to pigeonhole Brian Kelly into one specific worldview or paradigm is a little too limiting. Your votes, I think, speak more about you and your views than about him.
God help us all. All right, let's keep going down the neck pillar region. Speaking of, we mentioned Berlin and Germany. Well, we got the wall here. 2 wall entries. You got number 5 seed Jason _ Pruitt _ that's a lot of underscores, sir. And we have WikiPuff88, 2 instances of BK. One where he's being a daredevil in the higher seed, kneeling literally on top of the wall. It looks like he's about to catch a sledgehammer to the back of the head, where WikiPuff kind of put him in there. But again, history was a big player here, it seems.
Yeah, this was one of the more popular requests. Is basically just putting him into iconic historical photography. So I didn't see the one on the left. So this is the first time I'm seeing that 5 seed, which is actually pretty glorious.
That's nice. Yeah, it's very good.
Alone, I'm in the picture. I'm the feature guy. The WikiPuff entry is yet another one that I had some involvement with. So I'm just going to stop calling those out at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that at various points of the fall of the Berlin Wall, Brian Kelly was a man of the people and clearly leading the charge. This is where he got a lot of his head coaching experiences.
Yep.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Early in East Berlin.
Well, speaking of historical situations, we have him here in the Wild West in 2 Red Dead Redemption 2 entries. One where he is very dangerously kneeling on top of a stagecoach, submitted by Mike Sloan 01 as your 6th seed, at number 11, Mark ND fan. BK is in the background of a shootout.
I mean, you would think the shootout is the bolder choice, right? But okay, this, again, visual medium podcast. However, to explain this number 6 seed it's Brian Kelly very dangerously kneeling in a casual fashion on the back of a stagecoach with a fucking tornado in the back. That's essentially what changes things. Now the scales are tipped. I love it.
It's pretty great. I won't lie.
I like how you're analyzing, can a person kneel on top of a stagecoach
amidst the tornado?
I mean, you got a tornado. I mean, and horses aren't exactly. I mean, there's no shocks on this thing.
Speaking of horses, he is bigger than the horse. We have to be careful here to not overanalyze some of these photoshops, because I know that we spent hours agonizing over these things. But
we have to give the listeners something to really digest.
Exactly. Because they're sitting here, oh, cool, HLS has a podcast. What the hell am I listening to?
Yes. Now, so for the one on the right with the shootout in Red Dead Redemption, is he now counting to 3, but he only gets to 2 and somebody draws early? Is there some sort of vigilante justice that's happening here?
I can tell you exactly what's happening here.
Okay.
This is an old pitcher umpire or a pitcher catcher situation. He's getting the draw signals from BK in the background. BK is giving him the dude, draw on 2. I swear it will work.
There you go. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly how guns sound like in the Old West, right? Speaking of guns, and we got 2 presidential assassination entries. I can't believe that is something I just said, but here we are.
Things just went dark in a hurry.
Boy.
Your number 7 seed is Andrew Winnigan, Jude, where BK is just casually behind Jack Ruby as he's shooting Oswald in the gut.
Yep.
Everybody else is like, has a panicked look on their face or a look of shock. BK's just there. It's all good.
BK's like, hey, I saw the camera.
Look, Lee Harvey Oswald is all of us in the 7 minutes right before halftime when Julian Love went out of the game.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, why did we have to go there? And number 10 is Joe underscore Pa, where we have the assassination of Lincoln, and BK, he's letting the show go on, folks. He is right there. He is not phased by what just happened. He's going to let the show must go on, and the show must continue.
Yeah,
As a man that paid full price for his tickets.
that's right. Hey, call in the number 2 man, Andrew Johnson. You're up.
The understudy, bring him in.
Little did we know BK was calling in for the relief of a president. Oh my God. All right, next up we have number 8 seed Champy Champ and number 9 Superman TD Jesus. Two great iconic moments in Notre Dame history. We have Enrique Unguale draining for the national title. And this is like a Where's Waldo picture. I love this because you really have to go look for BK in this one. Does BK look so natural in this scene? He looks like he belongs there.
That was, I mean, that took work. That took work to get him in there because, I mean, it worked.
That took work. So we have another Shane entry.
Oh boy. Look, the only reason why I saw it is because I looked around. Look at the cheerleaders, right? On the left, the cheerleaders all look like they're wearing exactly the same outfit as BK Homeboy. So
right. Oh, no, yes, that's good. Yes.
Where's the easiest way to sneak him in there without people noticing? It's that line of sight right there. So I snuck him in there.
And, well, you snuck him in again, Shane, the Shane on Shane bracket with hanging out with New Rockney and the Ramblers over there.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to kind of illustrate, like, I would imagine BK Homeboy to be very teacher's petty with Nuke Rotney, you know, just like, I'm here, coach. Yeah, I'm part of the team. Everyone else is just tired, and he's all energy, all team spirit. That's BK Homeboy.
All right.
I do want to call attention to the time travel from our current strength and conditioning coach, because if you look at that old black and white image, that guy who's in the top right with
on the far right
shirt on or the tank top on.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That is Newt Rockney body by Bayless, though.
Yeah. Yep. That's absolutely true.
That dude is jacked.
He is jacked.
Like, so in the Great Depression, that dude is looking like that.
No wonder Michigan thought we used professional players. All right, well, here's your full bracket. I'm not going to go over it. And apparently I somehow managed to cut it off somehow. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, folks.
Okay.
And I'm the sober one. How's this happening?
Yeah, well.
Well, all right. So, oh, God. We're adjusting on the fly. Okay, so there is your bracket. We will have this up on HLS. You will be able to see this in all its glory and all that kind of stuff.
The theme to this first bracket was sort of Brian Kelly throughout history. You know, we had some great historical moments. We had some great presidential lowlights. We had some Red Dead Redemption. Just some iconic things that you would happen to see in the history book.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
The various eras. It's just the various eras of neck pillow technology. Clearly.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Let's move on because we are 30 minutes in?
Oh, shit.
And we're a quarter of the way through.
Right.
This is so great. This is unbelievable. All right. Actually, no, this is completely
by the time we get to the fourth bracket, it's going to be like, yeah, here's the 16. Just,
Yeah, they're all there.
All right.
Whatever.
Dark Sox region, yo. Here we go. Your number 1 seed here is one of my favorite moments of the 2019 season. Mr. Harry Lyles Jr. coming in very well with FSU fan, dejected, reading a book, shirtless, but very well tanned. This gentleman, see, he's got 2 hats. This is what I love. He's got a hat with some sunglasses here, like his little fishing cap, and then he's got the FSU cap at his feet. Nobody else is around him. He's reading a book, and BK Homeboy is just letting everybody know that Clemson has 52 points on FSU at this point.
Yo, I mean, these are both amazing. I know that's a 16 seed on the right, but they're both incredible.
Well, go ahead and describe the 16 seed by Deja Entendu.
I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know
Who
exactly.
Is that?
what I'm looking at exactly, but I don't care.
This is I did, unfortunately, through the miracle of internet technology. This is a 2012 Gucci Mane, some sort of photo shoot situation.
He's got a golden katana and a 1980s cell phone.
No. Golden katana. End of description.
There's a lot happening.
There's a puma head there
for a 16 seed. So, I mean, Harry Lyles and the screenshot and the visibility that this screen grab got at the time, it is highly deserving of a number 1 seed. However, we have seen a 16 come out a number 1 seed, but like I think there's a tiger skin something that's happening.
That looks like a female lion head.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
There's 40 ounce there on the table.
There's enough gold in here for Trump to feel at home.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of animal prints.
Does he have a Game Boy on the table in front of his liquor?
That looks an awful lot like a Game
That
Boy.
looks like an old school, like, well, actually, no, what it looks like, when Game Boy Color, it had, like, the clear purple one. That's what that looks like, right there. Yes, me fighting the fucking Game Boy while he's holding a golden katana and there's a tiger head. This is like a Mike Tyson fever dream.
He's talking on an original cell phone, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And BK's just chilling in the background.
Again, I gave my best guess for sort of the seating things, but again, there was a lot of richness to choose from with BK Homeboy. So,
and speaking of, this one might be one of my personal favorites that comes in here. John M. Christ, in your number 2 seed, redid the Heisman Trophy with BK Homeboy. Wait, Shane, there's a face.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Shane's everywhere. Shane is everywhere.
I am everywhere. I said I was going to stop calling this out. I mean it.
Well, you made a look, but I mean it's so good. You have like the old school. You have he's bronzed beautifully on the trophy. He looks like he belongs there. And yeah, this can we like retroactively give the BK Homeboy trophy to Manti Te'o? Do you think he would accept that?
I think we could mail it to him, and he'd actually give an address to send it to.
Well, since Manti came in second, I think we give him this one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. We should do that for future Heisman runner-ups.
We should just send them the BK Homeboy as you came in second.
And next we have Chris ND Football. This one, I believe, was official, because we got the Notre Dame Under Armour watermark down here. But BK Homeboy literally dropping a record on this. Yep. And the parental advisory sticker actually says, if you zoom in close enough, it says Fighting Irish.
That's amazing.
This is a strong 15 seed. I mean, the thing that I think detracts from this from being any stronger is didn't do much with the photo.
Yeah, it just put it there.
Yeah, it was there. Now it's great what you did with it, but it's just kind of there. And
but the counterpoint is that someone is getting paid salaried money to build that and tweet it out, which is just like a tip of the cap.
Yeah. I need to meet that person. I need to get into contact with their people.
There you go.
Speaking of people that get paid to do this stuff, we have our first celebrity sighting of the tournament. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Jessica Smetana, coming in from Sports Illustrated with her MVP podcast co-host, Charlotte Wilder, converted Notre Dame fan Charlotte Wilder, dropping the BK Homeboy on the sidelines of the Shamrock Series. And what I love about this is not only is she staying faithful to the pose, she's clutching her handbag as BK clutched the briefcase.
Yeah, it's great. It's really well done.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the theme of the Dark Sox region was what can I myself as a non Notre Dame celebrity do to help extend the BK Homeboy brand to my friend group. And so you'll see Jessica and Charlotte are going up against one of our compatriots over at 1 Foot Down.
Yes, Matt GOFD at the 14 seed.
Who I believe this was his Halloween costume. So,
nice.
There was a good, and again, I think that's a fairly good likeness. Now, what he lacks in the briefcase, purse, attaché department. He does make up in the split screen side by sides. You can really see that he is committed to the part.
He is. He's got the sunglasses. The thing that, because I know sometimes people throw the deuce out with the thumb, but that's just driving me insane because BK didn't. This is the one thing that drives me insane about this photo.
Typically went gangster with his deuces. He just tucked that thumb and let the forefinger.
Exactly. He's just straight going there. Matt's just letting this sucker fly, man. It's not 3. It's not BK 3. It's 2. I'm throwing the deuces.
Guys, am I doing it right?
Is it like this, fellas? I'm cool.
Over here.
We're so sorry, Matt.
No, we're not. It's fun.
Moving on, we again have another one.
Millions of dollars to take pictures like this. This is the least we can do.
Hell yeah.
All right, we got Notre Dame, our blogger, coming in now. Andrew Smith, 38, and the number 4 seed. I have no idea what this is from. I think I'm way too. This is my white is showing big time on this one. I have no idea what this is, but
we're too old now. So this is the Beatles, Ryan.
No, not the 13 seed. I know what that is.
13 seed is the Beatles, of course.
Jesus, no. I'm trying to figure out what's going on the 4 seed. I'm on the number 4 right now. We're skipping ahead.
So the 4 seed is, I believe, a musical group called Brockhampton, and literally the only thing I know about them is that they are gigantic. Like there's a lot happening.
There are a lot of people in there, but my favorite part about this is very much of one of these things. It's not like the other. He sticks out like a sore thumb here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's old ass.
I love it. It's great.
Yes, but he's not as out of place as he should be, which is sort of, again, why I think this slots him in solidly as the number 4 seed.
He is truly, in this case, their homeboy.
Right, exactly.
All right, and yes, the number 13 seed, yes, this is the Beatles. This I did know. And BK is just upstaging them right in the middle of it all. And we have a Dose Leprechauns podcast logo in here as well from Lynch Mob ND. So I really don't have much to say about this one because it's there.
It's very straightforward. I mean, it's black and white, and he's right there, dead center. I mean, it's pretty much it's crafted in a way that's like exactly where he would be. I mean, you could have subvert expectations and put him in one of the windows.
Yeah, no, I will say this because the Beatles all look like they're comfortable that he's there and they're enjoying the good chap's company right now.
Yeah, that briefcase is full of contracts.
BK Goodfellow. All right, next up, we got AlDog44. So now we have more Notre Dame staff coming on here. He is the 5 seed, and we have basically a picture of Notre Dame athletic staff with BK thrown right in the middle. And again, he's throwing... Ow, what are you doing to me there? Tuck the thumb, son.
No, it's not. That's not even a deuces. He's doing confused witch hand.
It's like, what am I doing here? I love you, Al, but this is... He is the most awkward person in this photo, to say the least. But, big props for taking in the stadium, getting the Jumbotron in the background. So
I love that.
And you got if you really want to dig into this picture, it's a lot of things that some Notre Dame fans will hate. It's BK trying to be cool. You got field turf, you got the Jumbotron, and you got the extension of the stadium, and you got people all trying to meme right now. So, I mean, this is like the Gold Cedars heart attack right here. And I tell you what, 5-12 upsets it's what you look for in your bracket. And boy, do we have a strong number 12 here. Our good friend, Bridget Go Irish, and many fellow Twitter degenerates. Having the tailgate, everybody was doing the BK homeboy. And the best part about it is when they photoshopped this, they said, man, that was some foresight that you had enough space in there for BK. They said, no, that was by pure accident. So... BK Homeboy knew. He is this otherworldly being to create the space that was perfectly... Because does it not look like they sat there and planned that?
No, it looks like they got him. Like hey, Brian, can you come over real quick?
This meme has soaked into our bones and our marrow. And so what comes out of just random friend pictures is, again, you're looking at, again, a 5-12 matchup. I wouldn't want to bet against this 12 seed.
Yeah, that's a strong 12. I feel like you were really pushing for an upset there, Garrett.
Well, what the 12 seed lacks in the location that the 5 seed has, they certainly make up for in the composition
and blood alcohol content. Next up, we have Shell Fill LED at the 6th seed. We have a picture of, I'm not sure if this is Shell Fill, because I do not know these fine people, but there's somebody out there, like, doing half of the beginning of the YMCA, and BK is right next to her. And then in the 11th seed, you have Sean Crampsey, who I assume he's the groom in this photo, who throws BK into his wedding photo with his groomsmen. Now, that's next level stuff right there.
Yeah, I can say that this matchup is going to give some people pause, I think, because there's going to be an element of like, is that just like a wedding picture and he's in there? And then the 6th seed has, I mean, let's call it what it is, a little bit of a rough Photoshop job, right? So it's going to.
Oh, you're not claiming this one, huh, Shane?
Well, no, I'm not. No, first of all, if you really want to make it extra dickish, I'd be like, I'm exonerating myself of this matchup.
Yeah, but we're not a Michigan podcast, so we won't do that.
No, but I mean, these are personal. These are very, very personal.
Yes, they are.
So these are going to be kind of like judgment calls. It's kind of what speaks to you the most.
Absolutely. Well, I got
and everyone has been talking about how Brian Kelly's losing weight, is looking leaner and fitter in the off season. Well, clearly he's been hiking with.
There you go.
Wherever this was, picture was taken on the left.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like there was a hike to get there because there's a nice little river. It looks like they're elevated. So yeah, I mean that's a workout there. All right, next up we got BK joining Death Row Records in the number 7 seed. Mike Sloan 01. Never would I imagine a Photoshop with Snoop Dogg and BK next to each other, but here we are. And then continuing with the rap theme.
Yeah.
God, I love this. The number 10 seed, BK, Wu-Tang Clan BK, oh boy.
Yeah. The members list. You got RZA, GZA, ODB, Homeboy. That's just part of the lineup.
You could seriously throw that in the Wu-Tang lineup. Just put Homeboy, and people would think that was a legit Wu-Tang member.
Yeah, that's seamless. Now
now is his handle Homeboy or is his handle 5 Wide though? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that's real shit.
That's the real shit. Oh, we had the sim bleed into this somehow. All right, let's close out this region. We again got a couple of people doing the Homeboy right here. 8 seed Tony _ Fuller doing. He's only missing the sunglasses here, quite frankly, and he's missing a briefcase too. But as far as the facial look, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
And then we have Olivia Ray, WSBT. So we got the news in this now.
God.
That's a hell of a pull.
Yeah, so on the right you have the local news station, and on the left, I'm pretty sure this is on the field during a game at a TV timeout. Yeah. So this is sort of your regional or your media matchup, right?
Wow.
What are you like? what do you prize here?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little paralyzed and stunned by like these are the first time I'm seeing so many of these, and I had no idea like really how far it went.
This was my first time seeing practically all of these. Was making this damn slideshow because I missed all this.
Local news stations, people on the sidelines with like media passes. It's like this is awesome. It's just awesome. I'm kind of awestruck by the fact that the media would take time out of their coverage to pause and be like, hey man, you want to do that pause? Let's tweet that shit. So I'm very my heart is very full right now.
That's right. Support local journalism, people.
Absolutely. And here's your bracket. We're gonna go ahead and move on here. It's time for the briefcase region. And I tell you what, we were talking about that 1-16 matchup that sometimes, if everything aligns perfectly, it's right for the upset. We saw it happen last year. Boy, if it ain't going to happen here, I will be shocked because I feel like this is a criminal underseeding in the biggest degree from Bridget Go Irish. But we'll start with Rockney's Ghost here. It's the number 1 seed. Old-timey picture, BK throwing the deuces up over a dead tiger.
Huh.
It's like a nightmare from the Jungle Book, and BK's in it.
So I will provide some context on this.
Please.
This number 1 seed had quite a bit of visibility.
Okay.
And to think about the timing, right? This was the BK Homeboy meme sort of came out right around Halloween time frame. So this got pumped out, I think, sometime around the USC game before the playoff, and it was Notre Dame is going to take care of Clemson situation.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Now I got the context there.
So it got a lot of visibility that way. And I had to respect the distance that it traveled.
Okay.
On the other hand, Bridget comes in with a very late 16 seed.
Yeah.
It's topical now because here we are on St. Patrick's Day, which is nice, right? Like we have, and we're this sort of gets to the theme of some more seasonal, sort of the seasonal aspects of BK Homeboy.
She was very much the play-in winner at the last minute, sneaking in through the bubble.
Exactly. So we're going to see a BK Homeboy through the seasons, right? This is your monthly BK Homeboy calendar in the briefcase reason. So some of these are a little bit more time bound, but again, there's some very strong work here because again, you have the black and white and the safari, and you have some negative stereotypes that go along with that. Whereas over on the 16 seed, this looks like it belongs on the box of a Lucky Charms breakfast cereal.
I love how most of it's clip art except for the Photoshop BK.
Yeah, that's exactly the best part.
You got a clip art rainbow, clip art pot of gold, clip art green hat, and the green bow tie really completes the ensemble.
Completes it. Yeah, that pulls it all together. I think history may not be kind to the 1 seed here. I think out of context in general, the public will look at it and be like, "Why are we debating?" No, next.
Sure. But now, in who is this? Rockney's Ghost. In Rockney's Ghost defense, had Notre Dame been able to do the improbable, that
would have been the number 1 overall.
Would have been epic.
Yeah, that would have been epic. All right, well,
what might have been.
This did drop around Halloween. We got 2 Halloween themed ones here. One, Mark ND fan is the BK Homeboy Jack-o'-lantern.
What?
With incredible shading. I mean, you could just throw this picture and you was like, wow, somebody took a lot of time carving that
Someone
pumpkin.
is really good at pumpkins, is what I would immediately say.
It's really damn good.
Wow.
And then the number 15 seed, Mike Sloan 01, with a very, almost ghostly BK behind, if I got my horror movies right, that is Mike Myers, right, from the Halloween, I believe?
Yeah.
And the newest one that came out, I think.
I'm not sure about, but that is definitely Mike Myers. It looks almost like what's happening in that scene is that Mike Myers is walking towards his next victim, and in the background is BK Homeboy vibes. That's how he's feeling. Play some stupid happy song plays right.
He stabbed me 2 times.
so for certain corners of Notre Dame fandom, who is more terrifying, Mike Myers or Brian Kell?
Answer Brian Van Gorder.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. And I'm really surprised we didn't have more Gritty in here, but we got Gritty in here. Your number 3 seed, First Down Moses, who not only is it a gritty picture, it is Gritty on a knee right now, doing a very happy pose, and has got his autograph as well. And you got BK just slyly dropping the deuces behind him. It's a wonderful juxtaposition of emotions here. We got
pretty nice. It's pretty good. It's just that it's almost the autograph really elevates in the fact that this feels like this guy owns this photo, as it is, and that it's up in his house somewhere.
It might be. The other thing I love, Gritty's autograph includes googly eyes on the Jeep.
Yes.
It's absolutely fantastic. And number 14 seed, Marina Glenn, where we've seen Bigfoot, and BK was there as well. Apparently, just sitting there on the log is the famous-ish Bigfoot shot, the nice grainy image of a dude walking around in a monkey suit. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure Dave from accounting walking around in a monkey suit. Yeah.
I did appreciate on the Sasquatch that there was some desaturation that occurred here, so it doesn't look completely out of place.
I enjoy seeing people following the example of we got to make him seem like he was in the scene, not just in the picture.
Yeah, and also taking care the foot and knee position on the log as well is very well done.
Very important.
All right, now we have. We got a nativity scene with number 4 seed Bridget Go Irish. Oh. Don't you have a BK homeboy in your nativity scene at Christmas? Oh my god!
Damn, that's nice. I like that. That's
right, he's right by the 3 kings.
Really great. No, he's part of it.
Is he the 4th king? Is he the 4th king? Like there was some play I was involved in, like in middle school. It was like the 4th wise man. So is it BK? Yeah. Was the 4th wise man?
It was gold, frankincense, myrrh, and an undefeated.
And a 2-point conversion at a wrong time. The rain gets close. And then you have the royal wedding by Irish Elvis.
Well, you know, I had to think what would be the most unlikely situation that Brian Kelly would find himself in. I thought,
kneeling in front of the Queen of England, right next.
An official wedding photo.
Yeah.
With the royal family.
I remember showing my mom this one, and even she was like, "Holy shit, this is hilarious!"
It's so great. And again, it's one of those. He looks like he belongs there because everybody's just got this happy smile on the face, and BK's little smirk. It just fits perfect. It's so good. I think this is one of my favorite matchups for a few different reasons. It's a great 5-12. ID the Mike, who may or may not have a Twitter account by the time you're reading this. I don't know. So, BK Homeboy is somewhere in this Where's Waldo photo.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I remember seeing this for the first time when it was requested. But I have no idea where the hell BK is in that one anymore.
I do.
I'm sure you do. I wonder why.
Yeah, no, I did go through because I remember once, Mike requested this and Shane delivered it. I said, okay, well, I have to do the work. It's got to be in there, yeah. Like, this is if you guys are going to put this out here, I'm going to have to find. So I did find him. So I feel comfortable putting that in.
Yep.
And then again, you contrast that with the there is no subtlety in the Brian S. Pumpkins, I guess is what we call that.
Wait, is this yours or did I get one of the names wrong?
The one on the left should be ID the Mike via Shane, and the one on the right should be Bridget.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was pretty sure this was a Bridget one. So yes, this is Bridget Go Irish. I apparently forgot when I did my copy paste.
That is definitely not mine.
Yes,
Bridget was. She did some strong work in very timely. She did the Nativity one. She did St. Patrick's Day. She did the Halloween one with Tom Hanks. She had some very, holiday themed. Here's Brian Kelly showing up at your Thanksgiving. Yeah, table. It's just really, really good.
I had all that initial burst, but she has gone consistent throughout the holidays.
Yeah, and even with this one, you swap out the monogram for a jack-o'-lantern, that just very nice.
It's a beautiful little touch, and we have we have David S. Pumpkins doing what some people were doing when trying to throw the deuces. So you got that in there as well. The unintentional touch of that.
Milfy, to answer your question, there is not a hat on BK Homeboy.
No, yeah. There's not a hat on there. It is legit.
Someone wearing a hat that looks like BK Homeboy. Please tweet that at me in some way because I really want to examine that. But no, he's not wearing a hat.
Yeah, I remember finding him. It's legit BK Homeboy, but he's in there. All right, next up, we have 2 versions of painting. We have one tweeted out by Ray Samalo, but if you look at the art style, you know this is NDMS Paint. With this was done for the fundraiser that he did. So now you have it because it was the third year. You have BK doing 3 now. You got an ND ugly sweater, and you got BK holding a gift in blue and gold wrapping. But he's still got the sunglasses on. Doesn't matter if it's Permacloud December in South Bend. He's keeping the shades on, y'all. And then Mike Sloan 01 at the 11 seed. Bob Ross painting with joy and painting BK Homeboy right in a beautiful landscape.
A really happy Brian Kelly homeboy. A really beautiful, happy PK homeboy.
Right next to the happy mountain and trees.
This was probably 2 of my most unexpected finds because obviously Rakes did some fantastic heavy lifting with his charitable work at year end and y'all take all of our silliness and actually put it towards good use with the South Bend Center for the Homeless. But then just the Bob Ross, like Brian Kelly and Bob Ross would never cross paths.
That would be the most awkward conversation ever.
Yes, wonderful. Like, what do those 2 people have in common?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
I gotta say though, man, this is one of those ones where I look at the 6th seed and I think, boy, that one might travel far. You know what kills me about
his legs?
What kills me about NDMS Paint's thing is, aside from all the obvious, for some reason his tiny feet, I can't fucking get over it. I just keep seeing his tiny feet. It's so good.
Oh God! All right, next up.
And again, if NDMS Paint wants to take credit for this, and or Rakes Amala wants to seed that that entry, like I'll put whoever's name on it, but like that image should live forever. So
it will, one way or the other. It's on the internet. It will stay here forever.
Let's go to the next pairing because this one I really appreciated.
This one's got a lot of levels and layers to it. So number 7 seed is Mike Sloan 01 once again. Scene from Rudy. Everybody in their jackets. Rudy in his fake Andy Letterman's jacket, but everybody monogram and the clover replaced with BK Homeboy on everybody's jacket. And then you got the dejected look from the dude in the front, like, God, you're fucking wearing this again?
Front, who looks just like Dabo Sweeney, by the way.
What's Bob Diaco doing in the 1970s?
Oh my God, I love this.
Oh, God. And then you have Jessica Smetana with her second entry, where she was over at the Cape of Good Hope and decided, I did this hiking, and she was complaining about how this hike nearly killed her on Twitter throughout this, but she made sure to take time to do a BK Homeboy. It's like, okay, I nearly died for this, so we're going to do this right here. So, and I think also the only actual photo of a BK Homeboy in a foreign country, I believe.
And overseas, BK Homeboy live in person.
I think that's correct from my extensive internet research on off hours when I definitely should not have been working. But the other sort of twist around this that I'm sure Jessica was not aware of is like within the same like calendar day, with the time change and everything that she posted this. I believe the Michigan team announced that it was going to be traveling to South Africa. So I thought that was actually really, really well done. It's like, okay, Michigan is going to try and see the world. But BK Homeboy has already, traveled.
Already state the claim.
Tip of the continent.
Oh, it's a foreshadowing because we haven't really hit the Michigan dunking yet. We're about to get there in the next bracket.
Yes. We're getting there.
All right, and to round it out, again, we were at the low end of presidential moments. Now we're at the high end. We got BK crossing the Delaware with George Washington.
Shit.
ND_Phil. This is so damn good.
Oh, good. What?
Because you artfully cut the legs off because it looks like he's crammed into the boat with everybody in the Continental Army.
to scale.
It is so good. Yes, he's not bigger than everybody else. This is a strong number 8 seed, followed up by a number 9 seed that is also very strong with Abraham Lincoln in the Civil War. And BK is kneeling like. I watch very little Star Trek, but one of the things I know is that Riker, anytime he went and did a seat thing, he always like would do a weird like leg lift thing over the seat. And BK looks like he's doing this with his chair right now.
Exactly that. Like he's got half of his ass on the chair, while Abe is clearly contemplating the weight of his decisions. BK says, "Photo op, bitch." Click.
Hey, oh look, there's a camera there. Wait, how long do I have to hold this? Wait, we're in the 1800s. How long am I gonna have to do this? Yeah, his ass had to have been numb after taking that photo, but he is perfectly on that chair.
These are both perfectly placed.
It's almost a crime that one of these has to lose in this one. This is but that's an 8-9 game right there.
There you go.
I mean, one of them's got to go, and it's solid. There you go, full bracket there. Oh man, this is briefcase is a strong region.
Briefcase is huge.
And now to the main event. Oh my god, this might be my favorite region. I was giggling putting this together when I was taking down the slides. I'm like, oh, this is so good because not only are the pictures good, the matchups that the evil genius put together here.
Some of the best shit.
Some of the best one in the sunglasses region. And let's just go ahead and start off with this 1-16 because it is from the same game, both of these photos. And on opposite sides, you have the Will Fuller catch at Virginia. I was right above all those surrender cobras that are out there. I did not work my vantage point though. I could not see BK homeboy in the front row dropping the deuces. Later, Virginia.
Wow. So Moses on Moses crime.
Yeah, both 1-16s are both Moses.
Yeah, only one Moses can survive, but
is there a loser? Is there a loser?
Yeah, because the other one is dejected Virginia fan draped over, and instead of the score that we're all used to seeing next to him, we got BK homeboy.
Hitting him with the deuces.
And the best part is the way he's draped over. He looks like he's looking right at him like, I fucking hate you. Oh, this is so good. All right. How about we start dunking on Michigan, shall we?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Superman TD Jesus coming in. I was so happy when Notre Dame took out Michigan to get into the Frozen Four. Or was it in the Frozen Four, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this...
right there.
Well, I couldn't remember if this was like a promo picture for it or in the Frozen Four.
Oh no, that was the first I think of the two semifinals.
My hockey memory is very short. All I know is they're playing for the Big Ten title once again against Ohio State. But yeah, you have dejected Michigan man and BK perfectly aligning himself on the ice. I just imagine him sliding like he's sitting there like
that was it.
Thank you.
Put on those ice shoes. Click.
BK homeboy always knows where the camera is.
Always knows.
It's just a great shot, and again, a shadow. This is how we know Shane had a hand in it. If there's a damn shadow on the back of it. And then we had Mex_Irish correcting the sin that was the bowl season picture of everybody in the New Year's Six except for Brian Kelly, and you had the big ass Urban Meyer head. So instead, you have, and I love that there was a ghosted effect on this, where he's just coming above Meyer like, "You're leaving, fucker."
Although to be fair, it makes it seem like it's Brian Kelly with Urban Meyer's hair, and it makes Brian Kelly look oddly Hispanic. Is anyone else catching that? I'm catching like television late news on like He's Young. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I see it now. With just the little salt, the salt and pepper hairdo that's on every single.
Encuentro en las noticias.
My name is Fernando Salazar. Welcome to the evening news.
Oh god, I'm dying.
Next up in football americano.
Oh Oh man. Oh,
Guadalajara versus America tonight.
apparently I had the Big Ten title game wrong too. What a fucking conference. It's Penn State. I forgot Penn State won. Ohio State, I assumed the higher seed won in my head. I don't know why. Let's get back to dunking on Michigan, because we have Michigan on Michigan violence here.
Yeah, let's keep going, because there's quite a bit of Michigan hate to go around.
Yes.
Number 3 seed, General Konev. It's very simple. You got the big house, you got the big M. Except for the big M, there's BK Homeboy right in the middle of it, because he owns your ass right now.
Yes.
And then we have, and I love this. This is a strong 14 seed from Brandon Couch _ here. Where ESPN was doing something about the Revenge Tour. So what do? Or what does Brandon do, rather? He photoshops BK right above the crowd, right there. BK Homeboy.
Right
it's like,
almost like he's part of it.
like, forget about me? Anybody forget about this?
Wolverine's Revenge Tour ? Add BK Homeboy graphic. ESPN just throws it on there.
Just for like a quick second. Like it's somebody fucking around in the back, like, just like, oh, let's see if anybody caught it.
By the way, that 3 seed makes me think of a very recent development that just happened to me. And now I'm wondering how large fat heads can go.
So and the quick backstory on that 3 seed is that wasn't even hashtagged or anything. It somehow came into my timeline because, as Michigan fans do, they like to, get a little bit too big for their britches. Mm-hmm. And this dude, rather than like tweet out a text reply, just drops that in as a reply and walks away.
Yeah.
Just so good.
That is a general level move right there.
I could take 10 seconds and tweet you something snarky, or I could sit down here with my 2 screens and let's do some sophisticated Photoshop and take some moments so you can save the reply.
Hold that. I love it.
All right, we're going to take a break from the Michigan dunking. We will return. Don't worry. We're going back into history again. So, for those of you that think the landing on the moon was fake, may try to use this for proof. And, this is the wrong damn name, too.
I think that's Shane.
That's pretty, it's me.
God almighty.
Yeah.
Because, again, you gotta look for the shadow.
Yes, there is a shadow. Even on the moon.
Yes.
Even on the moon, there is a shadow. Right. But did BK die after this photo?
Oh, no, he was born on the moon, actually. He's just that.
He's a Lunarian. Okay. We've gone full Final Fantasy with BK. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
His shadow only weighs 1/6 of what it weighs on Earth.
Oh, God. And then we have, and this one's wrong, too.
Yeah, I think it was just an accidental copy over from the last
It was. Let's see here. Mike Sloan, 01. So I will go and correct that. So as I'm typing this, we got Elvis, actual Elvis, not Irish Elvis.
Actual Elvis in the hood.
And again, black and white. You make him look like he belongs in the image. Very, very well done. It looks like this was maybe like a Tonight Show kind of performance or something. And BK knowing where the camera is, because it ain't gonna be above. It's from the waist up from Elvis, so he can sit there and slide. They don't see him on the camera, but they see him on the photo.
I mean, 2 things. It seems like Elvis wanted him there. It's almost like Elvis was like, yes, please, pose while I sing for the Tonight Show.
I really appreciate the backstory on this, because it's like, why really did they film Elvis only from the waist up? Was it because of the gyrating hips, or was it because Brian Kelly was just chilling right on stage?
It's like, this asshole, he is there every single time.
Yep. I'm pretty sure he's a roadie. I don't know how he keeps getting here.
All right, well, we got 2 historical knockouts coming up in this next matchup. Number 5 seed, Andrew Wynn, with Muhammad Ali taking down Frazier. You may have spent too much time to notice that BK Homeboy was back ringside the entire time.
Yep. That was fun.
And
he clearly got good tickets. I don't know how. I mean.
And then, in the number 12 seed, God, this is another evil 5-12 matchup.
Yeah, boy.
You have Michigan and Shea Patterson falling, and it was really hard to see. We were all celebrating too much, but BK somehow
Ran up.
sprinted on the field, dropped it before became Homeboy ever became a thing. He time traveled, ran out there, dropped it, ran off, didn't get a flag, time traveled back. Incredible. Just
Yep.
he's a man of many mysteries.
Trolls across time and space.
This is a photo. It's like, how can we make one of the best photos in the world even better? Got it.
He's alerting the Michigan athletic trainers. Yes, this is the number 2 Shane Patterson. He is down. He is hurt. Please come.
The number 2 is currently right here. Anyone wondering? Number 2 for the Ruth 2.
This is
You know,
the
funny?
second time in a row I beat your ass.
Funny enough, this number 12 seed is the very, very first time I photoshopped Brian Kelly in this pose into any picture. After this was when I figured out that we could hashtag it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yep.
All right, we have another ID the Mic submission. And I think this is what, is it like White Christmas or something? Or what was this?
I don't remember. He just sent me the picture and he said, like, make them Christmassy.
so Christmas hat.
Kind of. I'm sure this is some famous family.
This is White Christmas, y'all.
So I had it right. I did. It was White Christmas. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not this
I've
old.
seen it once. And
Yeah.
by seen it, I mean it was on when Mrs. Tex had it on, and I happened to be in bed at the same time.
All right,
I
all right.
watched very little of it. I was like, oh,
Well,
so
I
this
tried
is
to-
White Christmas.
Yeah, I tried to give him. The lighting was easy. It was the how do we make him seem like he belongs? So there's only one way.
Yeah.
No, sure.
Or you could have done a color replacement and made it red, and that would have just completely thrown everything off. That does not work as easy as you think it does.
It would have made the outfit red and his face purple. So actually, yeah.
All right, and then, man, I hate heights, and seeing this picture alone always gets me here, but knowing that BK was on a skyscraper steel beam during a lunch break doing the homeboy pose, really, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. I didn't know he was that much of a daredevil.
Old man.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's always preached that blue collar work ethic. So you see that he's long committed to this. And this this 11 seed, I believe, is another one that was featured in the Indy magazine. So this 6-11 matchup is
It's tough.
real strong content here.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one. But I like the idea of Brian Kelly maintaining a humility in that, like, even when he's stunting on teams and shutting out Michigan, what feels like all the time, he's got a chance to give back to the community and actually go back in time and do construction in New York City.
Basically.
How else can Notre Dame claim to be New York's one true team other than by nearly shutting out Syracuse and building the Empire State Building, right? Like, that's just kind of how we roll.
It is. It's 1-1.
All right, next up, we got pervy BK homeboy. I never realized. I guess my eyes were always on Marilyn Monroe and her famous walking over the great picture. Didn't realize BK was right behind her trying to get a peek. Champy Champ, thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Yes. That's another one via my services, if you will. But see, the thing about this picture, Marilyn Monroe knew that she was the star. I mean, she is surrounded by cameras, literally behind people taking pictures. They're taking pictures of other photographers, and yet Brian Kelly sees an opportunity for himself to shine, regardless of women's legs, skirts in the air, booty showing, nothing. Nope. He's got to get his deuces in there, and of course, oh my God, the number 10 seed. Good Lord.
This is Mark ND fan. This is fantastic because, again, making him look like he fits here. BK had a dream, y'all. He was right there with MLK the whole time. Just never recognized it. And again, but look, he just wants you to know that he's there because he knows where all the cameras are. And he's trying to, again, stay like Elvis level here. He wants to make sure he isn't the show, but he wants you to know he was a part of the show.
It's like MLK just ends the speech, and BK shows up and says, "I second." Click.
Very nice. All right, and now to our final matchup. Again, historical, the most famous picture of sexual assault of all time at the end of World War II. Yeah, and that's legit, people. If you want this, if you had any romanticized visions of the sailor after World War II kissing the nurse,
She
Yeah.
did not know the man.
Yeah, actually, find out the history of that picture. It's an Adams ruins everything moment right there.
Absolutely.
It's yeah, she was not a part. But anyway,
Well, and then Shane ruins everything. Adam
I
hasn't
ruined
ruined.
everything.
yeah, and then so Shane decides to take this great picture, and then again, BK he's just hiding here. He doesn't want you to know he's here. But talk about, because the story of this picture, though, the photographer that got interviewed said he had no idea what was going on. He just happened to be there and was glad he got the shot off. So imagine BK's foresight to get in that camera angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and he's dropping the V for victory too.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
he understands.
The
He
homeboy,
understands the moment.
yeah.
A patriot.
Yeah, and he's not going to go full Trojans here. He's going to have it to the side, just so you know it ain't a fight-on type thing.
That's right.
And then we have the Allied powers in World War II.
Yeah.
ID the mic. So this is the World War II matchup right here. BK was a part of that meeting, apparently.
Oh yeah. No, he's all of that in his hand is the entire accord that they signed for everything. Like that's
It's in the briefcase.
it's all there. It's all there. They just got done signing it. It's officially turned down for what? That's what he's doing. He's essentially announcing the turn down for what moment.
All right. So that is your final bracket. We got there's a lot of Shane in here.
Yep.
Direct or otherwise. Just looking at this bracket.
Yeah, I sort of had to make the strategic decision whether to sort of sprinkle Shane liberally throughout the whole field of 64, or whether just to sort of pack him into one particular region and just hope for a whole slew of upsets, so as to not upset our adoring fans here, to claim favoritism or partiality. So this did end up being more of the Shane type bracket, but again, tried to get some thematic, consistency with this one. We had a lot of, Michigan on Michigan crime. Who can argue with that? And some good historical moments as well.
I think it's going to be fine so long as what happened in the last HLS recap of Madness happens again, in that Bridget blows me out.
I mean, this very well could. This whole bracket could be a Shane Sweet 16.
I mean, good Lord.
I think it's mathematically.
Yes.
It is. I'm looking at the bracket. It's absolutely possible, because the two, the 12.
In this region. No, I'm thinking of like the final 16, because I think there is a way where Shane maxes out at like 12 or 13. Like if
we cannot let this happen. No,
cannot let this happen.
Please don't.
All right. Speaking of multiple entries, we can do a little bit of handicap in the field here. Does that sound like a good thing? We can do that. So 4+ entries. It wasn't just Shane. I mean, Mike Sloan, 01, appearing 4+ times. First Down Moses, of course, Bridget Go Irish, and Andrew Wynn, Jude appearing there. And then multiple entries in the 2 to 3. We got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Mark Indy fan, ID the Mic, Brandon Couch, Deja Intendu, TTV, God almighty, that's a lot of, I can't read. Jason Pruitt, Jessica Smetana, Joe Paul, and Champy Chap. So, but I think the more interesting part was the bubble watch of how hard it was to do these, and the last 4 in. I mean, kind of walk us through this one a little bit, Garrett.
Yeah, sure. Let me get close here and figure out what I have.
I can read them to you.
Yeah, let's see. So the first 3, WikiPuff, yours truly, and Andrew Wynn, those were attribution things where they were the last 4 in. Those 3 were the last in, mostly because I stole them away from Shane. So that stands to reason. I do have to have a particular point with Jessica Smetana, who insists upon leveraging this meme without using the hashtag. And I remember, like, a couple weeks ago, Ryan, you were like, well, Jessica's certainly in it, right? And I was like, no, she's not. Like, in my mind, I was like, she's everywhere. How did none of my sort of data scraping and collection tools miss all of this? And then I went back and looked at her feed, and I was like, oh yeah, She just never uses the hashtag. She doesn't tag anybody. It's just there's no context. So
it was great. I'm like, she sits here and takes the time to come on our little stupid show. We don't even put her in the first draft.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an oversight on my part because, I do this for a living, clearly, so I should be better at it.
Paid regularly every 2 weeks.
But at the same time, it's like, come on, y'all. Like, I can't be expected to read the entirety of the internet.
Yeah, it's impossible to comb through.
Yeah, so... and then the last 4 out, there was a lot of various people that had PK Homeboy and deleted the tweets.
Yeah.
I think we had like a few from like Seabush Irish. I think.
Seabass Irish, ID the mic is sort of like his Twitter status is hit or miss, and like again, I'm not sure why anyone would want to leave Twitter because it was just the bastion of considered thought.
Oh, intolerance. Ooh.
Yes, yeah, certainly,
and very very well reasoned conversations.
Right, but of the things on Twitter that you want to delete,
Shane's out of the gas station segment. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Right. I'm not sure that would not be the first thing I would delete from that website. But anyway, no matter. And then lastly, we had again, Poot was he was so close.
Damn it, Poot!
He's so close. Maybe next year, the resume was really lacking, namely that he didn't submit anything.
He has a kid, and then he gets too cool. Look, bud, I got 2, all right, and I'm still here podcasting like a dumb shit. Okay, you can do a meme, all right. You can take time.
Who's the real winner here?
It does. Yeah, I know, right? It doesn't have to be timely. And one of the I use Charlotte Wilder photoshopped with the team in place of BK Homeboy as one of the promo teases. That was one of the last 4 out. Another very strong one that could have been put in here very easily. You can't be too celeb heavy though. Although we could have probably replaced one of Shane's. Be honest.
Yeah, a few of those. For sure.
And then Nick Pants had and if you're not following Nick_Pants on Twitter, you are doing it wrong. He had another version of the ESPN playoff graphic without the. He didn't make BK look like he made him look like he belonged, and not on Mexican Evening News, which it's now. I'm never gonna unsee that, Shane. I appreciate it.
Yeah, boy.
Where's Texas?
That was actually the thing. It was like his Photoshop of this. There were multiple Photoshops of that particular screen grab.
I think I did one too, but not BK Homeboy. Like just
right. Yeah, just like wiping Urban Meyer out. But the one that was included, I felt like was done poorly enough that it exceeded.
That it was excellent.
Right. It exceeded the actual oh no, I took time to remove Urban Meyer's hair, and I was like, no, you
left it.
You didn't have to.
Left
it's fine, just leave it.
It's one of those ugly animals that full circled back to being cute.
Right.
So and MILF is wondering where my entry is. It is not here because I did not take the time to do the Photoshop. Like I said, I'm still here doing podcasts and stuff. Like, you have a choice. I could keep raising money for charity and do the Extra Life thing, do the podcast, try to run HLS, or I could take time to do Photoshops. I did not have a whole lot of time to do the Photoshop in this time around.
Or he could feed and take care of his children.
Yeah.
You guys.
I mean, it was really one of those things, I saw the first barrage of Shane doing it, and it was one of those things where well, Shane's got this. I'm just letting him run with it. Had no idea. Had I known we were going to do some kind of tournament, I absolutely would have thrown one together. Absolutely would have. But
we have a very particular set of skills, and
yes,
we know how to stay in our lanes.
Yeah, and basically Shane had every last lane in a Humvee, just driving, or really a tank, driving everybody over.
A couple tanks.
But that's what we got, folks. An hour and 20 minutes of breaking down Photoshop tweets.
Yep.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm not.
Please feel free to set aside a black market of just betting on this, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. About a week ago, we stumbled on the fact that we could legitimately find some idiot to handicap
some odds
this bracket and get either by person who had who had built them or by seed or like there's no science here. So like there's no money to be made.
No logic. Vegas is
No,
not
no.
involved.
None at all.
No, not at all. That's why Gambler is staying off the soundboard right now, and you don't hear him. But there we go, folks. This was a lot of fun. I am going to get this post up. I apologize for the audio issues on the Twitch and now YouTube feed, so my bad on that. But the podcast, if you were listening to all of this, it came through so beautifully. And I could swap soundtracks, but I'm not going to, because let me tell you what's a bitch, and that is syncing up sound. And I am not doing that. I am going to bed. So, with that all being said, thank you so much, Garrett, for throwing this together. This was a lot of fun, even though every about like 15 minutes or so, Mrs. Tech's like, how are you still working on that slideshow? Like 64 entries. It's just kind of what happens.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Shane, thank you as always. And folks, of course, this will be up. Get the voting in. Check out HLS because I am not going to actually put this in the chat. So keep an eye on it. And with all that being said, thank you very much for joining us on this little craziness. And dear God in heaven, that is loud. Sorry about that. Anyways, we're on. There it is. There's the right one. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Podbean, herlittlesons.com. I'm clearly out of practice. Fucking hell. Go Irish. Vote. Have a good one. The one guy that's had no alcohol
Oh my gosh.
cannot find the right fucking slider on his soundboard.
Oh, God, it's so on brand. Oh, so good.
What, you couldn't hear shit at the beginning? You're gonna hear it all now?
Man.
You thought the audios were bad at the beginning.
Oh, my God, I was crying already. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna leave this in. This us laughing at this. I think I'm leaving this in. Oh God.
I sincerely hope you left the video running long enough
Oh,
to get my face palm.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. We're still live on Twitch, by the way.
And none of us have screens up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine.
It's just the logo. It's green for St. Patrick's Day. I took the time to do that, but not remember how the fuck my sound system was set up.
Nice.
We're a mess. I love it.
Hey, look, just in case you're wondering, I totally had a slider that's plugged into nothing turned all the way down during that. So, I mean, I was on it.
Crushed it.
Wonderful.
Got it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Shit, I'm not even going to edit this,
Nope.
even on Twitch. It's going to get clipped like this. The end of the audio is going to be here. It was beautiful. Everybody, thanks for coming. Go vote.
Yeah, y'all who's on Twitter, I think that's the link to the live form. So voting is now officially open.
Yep.
And I'll figure out some schedule of like when voting's actually going to close and when I'm going to look at this and do work. So
Vote until we tell you to stop.
Yep.
right.
All right, everybody, have a good one.